So today we're at the Grove, so this is in Florida, in Orlando. We're going to be showing you around the resort and why this is such a good investment. So the history behind this, and I'm going to come on to the offer that we've got for you. I'll tell you a little bit about that later on. But the history behind this is the Grove is completely finished, the resort's open, it was finished in 2019. So you've got the water park, the lakes, the swimming pools, the spa, the garden area. There's a 1 mile running track all the way around it, so everyone jogging this morning, keeping healthy. At the moment it's running at about 95% occupancy. And what's coming next is really exciting. So it's the new part of the Grove. It's a separate entity, but it's part of the same area. And you still get to use all the water parks, all the facilities. So it's just behind me, so I'll pan round, and the terraces is getting built just there. So the terraces is more of a Miami feel. It's low rise, it's only built on 4 floors. It's a smaller part, so it's only 126 units. It's got fire pits, its own swimming pool. So you get all the benefits of the Grove that's finished. But you're in your own separate part. It looks really stunning. It's like that Miami vibe for it, more of an adults area. So yeah, so you're getting the best of everything. You're getting the Grove that's finished, and you're getting the deal on the terraces, and that's where you'll get the special deal that's available today. So we're going to explain that to you and answer all your questions and help you make an informed decision.
Hi everybody, I'm Jasmine. I'm here at the Grove outside of the water park. If you look behind me really close, you can see some brave people that are checking out our flow rider. It's our surf simulator. Lots of fun. So here at the Grove, typically when you're going on vacation, what do? You book a hotel room, you're trying to cram everybody in there. You've got 2 beds and a TV and all your kids and all your luggage. When you're staying here, everybody's got their own room, you've got your own space. We have a fully furnished kitchen, so you can make your breakfasts, your lunches, your dinners, snacks, much more convenient. When you're tired of cooking, we also have some restaurants here on site that you can choose from. We also have a market, so you can buy your bread, butter, eggs, whatever, we've got it. So our water park typically is our biggest attraction with what a lot of people come here for. We also have some additional pools on the other side of the property, which are a little more serene and calm. We have an 18-acre lake. It's Lake Austin. You can do some water sports on there with the family, do some canoeing, fishing, yoga. You can even get married here. People have done it. So when the kids are tired of swimming, you can send them into our arcade. They have mini putt-putt golf, glow-in-the-dark, super cool. We're only 5 minutes away from Disney World. You would never know it. This place is surrounded by gorgeous green trees everywhere you look. We provide the transportation free of charge there and back. You don't have to worry about renting a car. You don't have to worry about the parking fees. You're saving some additional money there. When you're done at the parks and your feet are tired and you're exhausted, make an appointment at our spa, get a massage, get your nails done, look nice and refreshed when you're on your way home. So that's here at the Grove and all of the amenities that you will be able to take advantage of when you purchase the terraces.
Hi there, I'm Dominic Pickering. I'm the Director of Sales here at BTI Partners, and we're the company that built the Grove Resort and Spa. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Grove and the terraces and why we differ from other short-term rental communities that are around in Orlando. So first off is location. So we are literally on the doorstep of Walt Disney World, which means that when we look over every evening, you can see the fireworks very, very easily, and it's a very short little shuttle ride from the front of our hotel to Walt Disney World, and we provide that shuttle every day. But I think the biggest thing that makes us different is we're a condotel. Now, there are other resorts in Orlando and other places where you have multiple different management companies who manage properties for all sorts of different owners. What happens, unfortunately, is that those management companies begin to compete with each other. And normally what they do in order to compete with each other is they start chopping the rate down. So what that means is gradually, as each management company that's competing with each other chops a little bit off the rate here and there and here and there, it's suddenly a race to the bottom, and everyone's suddenly cutting their own nose to spite their face. So all of a sudden the ADR, as we call it, the average daily rate that people are receiving, gets lower and lower and lower over time. So with us at the Grove, we only have one management company. One management company makes all the decisions with regards to what the pricing structure is, what times of the year that different prices are offered, etc. And what that does is that retains the integrity of the rate. So you're not competing with other people that are in the community, knowing that one of them is going to try and dump the rate and put every other owner in a problem. So that's one of the biggest differences at the Grove. Now, we completed the Grove at the end of 2019, and obviously 2020 was a year like nobody expected. However, we didn't close. We stayed open all the time, and apart from obviously a few pretty horrible months in the middle of summer, we had a reasonable year. Now, obviously, as we've come into 2021, the occupancy has just skyrocketed. Florida is fully open, everything's open. And our occupancy has been, since the middle of February of this year, has been above 95%. Some nights it's been absolutely 100% sold out, but ever since the middle of February, when we had some of the bad weather up north in the United States, a lot of people came down to get out of the snow, etc. Then it was spring break, then it was Easter, Passover, etc. And now before long, we're going into the summer period, and this is without international flights. At the moment, we have pretty much zero international flights coming into Florida. But what's brilliant is we have a drive-to market, which is quite possibly 100 million people or more that can literally get in the car and drive down here from all over the east coast of the United States. And that is making sure that our occupancy is staying very high. It's also making sure that our average daily rate is staying very high as well. So we're very, very pleased with how 2021 has gone so far. And that's why we've expanded, or we are expanding with the terraces. So the terraces is part of the Grove, and it's going to add more occupancy, but it's going to add some slightly different units. The units at the Grove are very much based at larger families. At the terraces, a little bit smaller, a little bit of more of a sort of Miami chic vibe going on, where maybe husbands and wives want to come along, couples, maybe just small family groups. Although the great thing is we also have a very limited number of 2-bedroom units in the terraces, and that's what we're talking about today, because that's the one that has got the very, very special offer on. So Chris is going to tell us all about that. But I just wanted to share those couple of little insights with you about the Orlando market. So yep, location obviously important, and being right on Walt Disney's doorstep is important. But also the management is important. How you run it, the strategy that's gone behind it, and we put all those things into action to make sure that the Grove and the terraces remain really great resorts for a long, long period of time into the future. Thanks for listening.
So the process of taking advantage of this deal today is picking out a unit, so deciding if you're purely going to go for rental income, so I'd go for one of the lower priced 2-beds. Or if you want to mix it up with a little bit of, lifestyle for yourself and have a beautiful view like this one, then we can help you pick a unit. We do that on a one-to-one basis. So you really get an in-depth knowledge of exactly what you're wanting, what we can deliver. And then the process is a reservation. So that takes the property off the market and holds that for you for a period of 10 days. So that's a $5,000 reservation. Then 10 days later, you've received all the paperwork, you've done your due diligence, and that's when you pay the contract price. So most of the deals that are normally out there, they ask for a big deposit. We've negotiated this down to only 10% for you. So you'd pay 10% minus the 5,000. The payment structure would be 10% now, 10% in June, 10% in December. So it spreads it out for you. And then in 16 months' time, you'll complete on the property. During that 16 months' time, I've negotiated that you can use the Grove Resort for 10 days. You can have 10 free Disney passes. You can have 10 free meals, and you can use the activities here 10 times as well, free of charge, included in this. So if you add everything up, it's worth over $40,000 or $50,000. So it's a really good time to get involved. The next process would be for you to reach out to myself or one of my team. We're here to help, and we'll guide you through the process. So we don't want you to just take our word for it. So we're going to introduce you to some clients who have been through this process before. They became owners in the Grove a while back, and you can hear what they have to say about enjoying the resort and the location and the process of what they went through. So take a look.
I'm Barb Mansion, and this is my husband, Doug Mansion. right?
That was it?
Yes.
In terms of why we bought here, it was really convenient. This is our first property we bought in Florida, and eventually we plan on moving down here. But in the meantime, we're just trying to testing the waters a little bit. So the Grove seemed to fit our needs at that time for a couple of different reasons. One, it's in Orlando, so it makes it very convenient for our grandkids and
Disney.
our kids and their grandkids. Yeah, Disney, Universal, downtown Orlando, all the stuff that's around here. And at the same time, it was something that we could come to when we felt like it, and then not have to worry about the rest of the year. So otherwise, if you buy a property down here, you have to worry about it all the time, who's taking care of it. All those things are taken care of here, so it makes life a lot easier.
That's great. Well, did you have any concerns during the buying process?
Absolutely.
What were they?
Well, the biggest concern was who's going to take care of it.
Is that really how it's going to look? Is this really going to take off like you hope it does? But it turned out great.
So what made you guys go over that and decide, hey, I'm going to be an owner at the Grove?
Her looking at me saying, I want to do this. That's how it works in our house.
And what made you say that?
Something, like I said before, something for everyone. I could see us coming down here, just us, and chilling by the pool. And you can have as much fun or as much quiet as you want. And it is a serene area.
Well, just a last question. If you guys were talking to a potential buyer who wanted to become an owner at the Grove, what would you let them know?
Do it. Yes, you can do it. Definitely. It's well worth it, I think.
The saleswoman.
That's great. Thank you so much.
My name is Michael Cole. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Well, it's very interesting. I was looking for short-term rental property for probably 6 months to a year. And a real estate agent just happened to knock on my door and said, we got an open house a few doors down from you. And I told him about my adventure, and he said, have you heard about the Grove? Immediately I went to the website and looked it up, and it just sort of draws you in, and it becomes breathtaking just to see the ambiance, the whole aura that surrounds it when you come around the corner. So after that, I said, I think this is going to be a hot spot for me. Short-term rentals are really starting to take off a little bit in a new way. And of course, when you're using lenders and so on, you've got to have convincing facts and evidence that it's going to be a workable project. And me being new as landlord, that's probably the only concern I had, and that's just because it's my first time. I continue to do research even after I put down my deposit to purchase the condo. But I would come out and sort of secretly talk to guests and say, are you having a good time? Tell me about your stay. What do you think about your accommodations? And I was just blown away with their answers. And I'll go, okay, this is a good deal. Everything they said would happen would happen. Of course, I know they're continuing to build, but they have a great leaseback program. So I took advantage of that so I could get my 8 hours of sleep every night. I know exactly how much is coming in the account. But the management company is great. They are so friendly. They're warming every time you go to see them. And I think the best testimony of all is the children. And when they say, you know, Mom and Dad, this is the greatest vacation we've ever had, is there a better reward than that for the parents? The equity is going to be there, okay? Maybe even up and beyond what you're going to reap in from the rental. So just knowing that the value of the property is going to continue to go up over the next 5 years. The market's hot. Everybody's always going to go to Disney. I don't really see any challenges. I think you just sit back and let it do its thing and then go from there.
So you would recommend it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I have.